Good evening, Fountain family, parents, students, and staff. Welcome to Fountain Elementary First Parent Town Hall for Georgia Milestone System, Assessment System. Today is Tuesday, March 22nd. The time now is at 5:39. Thank you again, parents, for joining us. My name is Dr. Hinton, Assistant Principal, standing in for Principal Kirk. Ms. Butler is our counselor. Ms. Edwards, our student support team. Ms. Craddock is our instructional support teacher. Dr. Howes is our literacy coach. Dr. Tete is our academic coach. And Ms. Kitos is the best parent liaison in the world. She serves as our interpreter this evening. Welcome again. I want to share with you all this evening Clayton County Public School mission and vision. The vision of Clayton County Public Schools is to prepare all graduates to have the skills to pursue and accomplish college, post-secondary training, and/or career opportunities in order to live and compete successfully in a global society. And the mission of Clayton County Public Schools is to empower our scholars to achieve academic, professional, and personal goals by providing equitable access and experience that builds skills in literacy, creativity, and critical thinking. And similar to what we always do for our Fountain family, I'm adjusting my toolbar so that you can see. We have a social emotional learning check-in. And what we want to do, parents, is to see how you're feeling tonight. On a scale of the emojis, choose the number and place it in the chat box to express how you're feeling tonight. Don't be shy. Let us know. Choose an emoji. Okay. Let me see the chat box. I see Elizabeth is a 4. I see a 4 and a 1. And Amaya is a 6. I think Dr. Hinton, I think I'm a number 3. I got this. Tell us how you're feeling, parents. Or even how you're feeling thinking about the milestone approaching. Yeah. Those parents that are just joining us, we do have interpretation. Ms. Kitos on the other end, make sure you choose the interpretation bar. Thank you, iPhone. I don't know your name, but they feel like they're a number 6. I'm glad that we are happy, and thank you, family, for sharing. Thank you, Marcelino. It was a 7. I got you. We still have some parents coming in the room. We want to give them grace. I'm selectively giving them opportunity to join in. And if you're just joining us, excuse me, in the chat box, there is a sign-in link. There is a form. Thank you, parents, for joining us. If you need interpretation, make sure you look at your control bar and select interpretation. All right. So parents, you want to know, what is this Georgia Milestone Assessment? It's a comprehensive assessment program, and it measures how well your students have learned the knowledge and skills outlined by the state adopted content standards in language arts, mathematics, and science. This year, Georgia Milestone will not assess our fifth graders in social studies, but all third, fourth, and fifth grade will take the Georgia Milestone in 2022.
No le empujes.
Here are the dates. These dates are specific and standing. Our testing window begins May the 2nd. As you can see, we have 6 days of testing if you are in fifth grade, 5 days of testing if you are in third, fourth, and fourth. Each day, the first week of May, each student in third, fourth, and fifth will be assessed in English language arts, math, and science. We want our scholars to do their best. So we are encouraging parents to make sure their scholars are on time every day. More importantly, if your student is absent, they won't have the scholarship and the congregation of the rest of their classmates, and they will be tested all the way until May the 20th if they need a makeup exam. Makeup exam, parents, I just want to be clear, is not taken with their classmates. They'll taken in a different room at a different time, a different location. Kind of interrupts our kids. So that's why I want to shout out and make sure you understand that Monday through Friday, and Monday if you're fifth grader, make sure our scholars come to school. This is an important slide. You'll see it again. All right. So students in third and fourth will test in each content, ELA 1 and math and math. Students in grade 5, again, will have ELA, math, and science. Notice that ELA 1, the students must write an essay. Then there's section 2 and 3. There'll be some writing on there as well, but they won't conduct an essay. The first day is strictly writing an essay. What are some features of Georgia Milestones? Like I said previously, ELA writing, that first section, it's a writing component. It's a passage. Every grade level, whether you're a third, fourth, and fifth, will write a composed essay. There are open-ended questions in language arts and math. That means that students have to explain their thoughts, how they got to a mathematical solution, write it out. If they're distinguishing between types of passages for language arts, write it out. Open-ended means our students must write. These all are non-reference items in all content areas. You would like to know, well, Dr. Hinton, we are testing. What are the benefits of this Georgia Milestone Assessment? Here are a few. One thing that's for certain that we have learned and our students are very, very well adjusted to is computer-based. This assessment is using the computer. It engages them. They like it. It also provides parents with better communication to communicate with the teachers and administrators so you can learn your child's progress. Are they performing on grade level? Are they struggling in reading? Are they superb in math? It lets you better communicate with the teacher. Also, It has an opportunity to our scholars at Fountain to be compared to other schools in Clayton County Public Schools, other districts in the state of Georgia, and so as well as their peers nationwide. It is an accurate measure of their growth, including our students with disabilities and English learners. I would like to let you know test administration for accommodations will be available for all eligible students when needed. So here's what to expect in language arts and what you can do. They're going to have reading of making inference, drawing conclusions, synthesizing ideas in multiple texts. They're going to develop informational narratives and opinion pieces. They have to read sufficiently on their grade level independently and give them informational text of varieties. Dr. Henry, well, what can I do to help my student with the expectation of language arts? Take your students to the library. The more students read, the more they become familiar with text and understanding text, because they also have to compare two different texts. Well, Dr. Hinton, my student struggles to read. That's why we want you to take your student to the library. The more they read, the better they become at it. I would like to share parents that reading is like a marathon. We build up to it. We try out, we train for it, and our training now is reading books, whether it's online or at the library. Lexile Levels. The Lexile Levels, it shows the complexity of your reader's ability. So what complex text does your scholar know how to read? It shows us where they are. The Lexile Reader, a score comes from a reading test, and it describes the reader's ability and how well they read and understand a text or comprehend. Dr. Hinton, where do I get this number from? Parents, staff, scholars, you ask your homeroom teacher. We have just completed MAP testing for the end of the year, and we have assessments that our students have taken from the beginning of the school year to now that gives you the Lexile level. So no worries. You don't have to guess about it. Just ask your child's teacher. You will see a chart to the right which expresses where your students' Lexile level, stretch level, so the range where they should be at 3rd grade, 4th grade, and 5th grade. Knowing your students' Lexile band is very important. Now, Dr. Hinton, you say that we're going to have to do math. That's accurate. Let me tell you about what you should expect on a Georgia Milestone in mathematics. The students must demonstrate an understanding of problem solving, fluency, math reasoning, and procedural skills. They may have to complete multi-step word problems or multi-step questions. They show proof in their work for the math problems. They may have to model real-world connections. They may have to solve problems and show mathematical practice. They have to show a fluency in mathematics. Some may be abstract and some may be quantitatively. Also with the mathematics, they have to have viable arguments or reasoning critiques of it. Dr. Hinton, that's a lot. What should I do with my child? Have your child count money and make change. Just a simple example. Talk to them while they're doing. Ask them to explain why they gave you a certain amount of change. Another opportunity to gauge your scholar in some of the reasoning and mathematical quests that the Georgia Milestone is asking. Have them come along with you in the kitchen, especially our fifth graders, and use a recipe to cook a meal or cook a cake of sorts. Did you know that all recipes have measurements and fractions? And those are some of the standards our students are learning. So make it fun and make it real, but have your students engage in real world experience with math. That will help them on the Georgia Milestone. Now, Dr. Hinton, I will repeat that expect science only for fifth grade. Our third and fourth graders will not complete science, only fifth grade. In science, they want our students to demonstrate an understanding of ideas and practices in science and phenomena. Establish a relationship of them and our environment and everyday world. They also must demonstrate science and embrace science in and out of the classroom. They must apply critical thinking skills for science. Spring has sprung, and what a way to engage our learners, especially our fifth graders in science. Go outside. Talk about the things, what happened to the blooms when the weather got cold? Did they go away? Are the leaves falling? Those are different things and engagements that you can do with science at home with your scholar. Let's look at some of these problems. Explaining their work. This is a mathematical problem. And you see that there is a part A and a part B. The students saw the equation, but they had to write it. I moved the decimal. I found millions place. They have to explain how they responded to this question. Part B, they make sure that they work out. So they are looking at the explanation of the scholar in math, not only just the answer where you bubble in A, B, or C. They have to write. And this is an example of a score for students, a score of 3 on the left, a score of 2 on the right. We're not in paper pencil, so our scholars will actually type out their answer. So here you see the same answer with a student write. This was in previous years before online, and this here. They'll use the computer, and they know these expressions used in the classroom as well, so they know how to type them out. How will they be scored? When we have the constructive responses on the Georgia Milestone assessments, they use this rubric to score. Did the student complete all the elements? That means the child did not skip a question. Did they demonstrate an understanding? That's 3, clear. Was it basic? That's a 2. Minimum, that's a 1. 0, the response is incorrect or not relevant to the question asked. I said we had an important slide, the most important. They're all important, but this one comes back twice to get your attention. Georgia Milestone testing will be May the 2nd to May 9th. It's most important that our scholars come every day and on time so they can test with their classmates. We will be making up starting the following Tuesday, May the 10th, all the way to May 20th, but we do not want our scholars to miss out on end of the year activities because they missed a segment of the test. They must take all sections of the test. And don't worry, this session, as well as the parent letter that you'll receive, has the date on there. It's in Class Dojo and it's on our website. Don't forget these dates. Thank you, Ms. Keto. She again placed our sign-in sheet in the chat box. Parents, make sure you sign in. We are almost concluding. I want to answer a brief question. What if my child is virtual? All students will test this spring to 2022 in Georgia Milestone. If your student is currently enrolled virtually, your student will have to take their regular route, whether it's bus transportation, car, or nursery transportation to participate in Georgia Milestone. All students must stay the entire day during testing. So virtual learners must come in to take the Georgia Milestone test. I repeat, all students will test. What can I do to assist my child? Make sure that students arrive every day by 7:45, if not before. Help them with their homework, schoolwork every night, every day. If your child says there's no homework, contact the teacher. There's homework. Have talks, conversations with your child about what they're learning at school during breakfast, if they have breakfast at home, or during dinner. Ensure that our scholars have a restful evening. Encourage them, please, to write every day. They like to journal. They like to chat or text, whether it's on Roblox or online gaming. Tell them to take a piece of paper out and write their thoughts out every day. Ms. Kiddos have done a very wonderful job, as well as our students and our teachers at school. But we want to give you an opportunity to know that our students can practice before May. They have been practicing using the Georgia Online experience. It's free, it's nothing you have to pay for. But the students can go on and do a practice session to know how the test is going to be. It's www.gaexperienceonline.com, and you'll take a practice test. And thank you, Ms. Keto. Some other online experience that your students have shared all throughout the year. They have participated in iReady, Mayan, First in Math. Tutor.com is an excellent resource for our students after school hours. They can get their own personal tutor. And Epic. So being online and being assessed is familiar to all of our scholars. The training hours for experience of practicing is from about 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. You can use the Georgia Online experience. Here's some Georgia Parent Guide resources. They have been shared also, and the link is here, but it also be online, and we'll share this as well to our 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade parents. But you can go on to the Georgia Department of Education.org, and all of the intergrade, there are study guides for every grade level, 3rd, 4th, and 5th, and it gives you exact information and concepts of what they're going to be assessed on. I'm going to stop sharing and thank you parents for participation, but we want to hear from you and your questions.